self-made, and it would have been easy for Paul to get caught up in that same behavior. Because let's be honest, that's what a lot of our problem is. We get caught up in the culture, caught up in doing what everybody else is doing. And truth be told, the world would be better off if people just understood the value of staying in your own lane. Being happy and satisfied with being your authentic self, being who God created you to be. Instead, you want to be like somebody else. I'll put it to you like this. A dog could never be the best dog he wanted to be if he was running around every day trying to be a feline. God made you the way you are for a reason, so stay in your lane. Look at your neighbor and tell them, stay in your own lane. Reason number two, Paul had to be conceited. Is Paul could have been conceited from Paul's revelation. Verse number 7 says, to keep me from becoming conceited because of the surpassing greatness of the revelations. A thorn was given to me in the flesh. This revelation Paul is talking about is the revelation Paul speaks on in verses 1 through 6, where he says he was called up to paradise. He was called up to the dwelling place of God. Paul says he got to see heaven. And he says it was amazing. So amazing, he can't even repeat what he saw. He cannot tell us the great things that he witnessed. And he says, since I got to witness that, and also so I don't become like the culture who is bragging about themselves, God gave me a thorn. He gave me a thorn to prevent me from becoming arrogant about the blessings that he gave. Paul is saying God gifted me and God afflicted me. He's saying that the same hand that the blessing came from is the same hand that the thorn came from. He gave me both sides of the coin so that I never forget who is the giver of my gift. Because when some of us get gifted, I ain't talking about all of us, I'm talking about some of us. Some of us get gifted. When some of us get blessed, we forget about God like he ain't the one that blessed us to be in the position that we in. We get arrogant like it was our hard work, like it was our determination, like it was our sacrifices that allowed us to elevate. But in reality, it was all God. Arrogance said, I did it on my own. Humbleness said, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I don't know where I might be. The thorn gets rid of arrogance. The thorn gets rid of arrogance. Reason number two, that the thorn is necessary is thorn gives us a gratitude for grace. Thorn gives us gratitude for grace. Paul says in verse 8, 3 times I pleaded with the Lord about this, that it should leave me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient. Paul says, I prayed to the Lord 3 times to take this thorn out of my life. And I just want to say, church, Paul did exactly what he was supposed to do in this situation. He prayed to God fervently about his problem. But to Paul's surprise, God did not give him the answer that he wanted. Because, church, God has more answers than yes. Even though that's the only answer that we want to hear. See if I can break this down. See, when you come to a traffic light, sometimes it's green. That's the traffic control tower telling you, come on through. Go. Sometimes God green lights your prayers. Sometimes he says, yes, your request aligns with my will and you can have what your heart desires. Sometimes God green lights us. Then again, sometimes you get up on the light and the light is yellow. And I know some of y'all don't know what that means. But yellow means slow down. Sometimes God says, hold on, wait. Either you're not ready for it or it's not ready for you. But wait a little while longer and I'm going to give you what you desire. Oh, and every now and then, the traffic light is red. Red means stop. Red means don't move. Don't go through. Sometimes God red lights your prayers. Sometimes God's answer is no. And I'm just here to tell you that you got to learn how to live with God's no's. Because if Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane prayed to God to be delivered from Calvary and God says no, what makes you so holy? What makes you so good that you believe God has to always tell you yes? Sometimes God says no. And when you mature in faith, you will learn to appreciate God's no's. You will learn to appreciate God's red lights. Can I tell you what happens when you come to a red light? What happens is a traffic control signal has been sent to the light to make you stop because there is some cross traffic in front of you. And if you proceed into the traffic, you will be destroyed.